Hi guys! So when I was 13 years old, I started learning French on my own. I looked for information and sources all over the internet, and today I'm going to share with you my favorites for your English learning journey. Let's get started. This video will be divided into 3 parts: pre-study, organization, and my favorite language learning ideas. Pre-study. Let's start with a notebook. Make sure that you have a notebook where you will be able to put all of your English learning notes. I really recommend you to use a second little notebook for your vocabulary, new words that you will be finding in this learning process. If you do not have another notebook, you can divide your notebook in 2 and use the last part for your vocabulary words, making them easier to find. Next, define your goals. You need to clearly establish why you want to learn English and what you want to achieve. Is your motivation for travel, work, studies, or personal interest? Personally, the original reason for learning was just liking a series in French and wanting to watch it in French, so the reason does not have to be really serious to start learning. However, I really recommend that your reason is one that genuinely excites you and makes you feel like learning. Start watching content in English even before studying something. I know you might think you will not understand anything, but pronunciation is extremely important to have effective communication. Doing this will help your brain to start internalizing the way people pronounce certain vowels, common vocabulary, and even the kind of sounds they make. This will help you so much in your future pronunciation, so give it a try. The next part is basic information. Research English basic information. With this, I mean the basic grammar, pronouns, and verbs. Search for the 100 most common words in English. These words will be so useful for your improvement. 5, and last, build basic knowledge. For me, Duolingo has worked so well when I start learning a language. While you will not learn a whole language with Duolingo, it is so good for learning the basics. My other favorite tool is digital flashcards. I use a specific app, this is not sponsored, for doing my digital flashcards. The app shows you one side of the card, for example, the word in your native language, and then you click the card and it will turn to show you the word in English. You can click the happy face if you knew the word, or the sad face if you did not. The app will not stop asking you the same flashcard every 4 flashcards until you get it right, ensuring you learn those words. Now that you have an idea of English, let's start with the organization. Organization. Set the time you will be able to dedicate to English. You must be realistic with this, whether it is 30 minutes or 1 hour. Choose your days to study. Maybe you will study 1 hour every day, or 1 hour Monday to Friday, or perhaps 2 hours Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This will depend a lot on your schedule, so try to be honest with yourself and organize that well, because that will be key for your discipline. We know there are some basic sections of language learning, including listening, speaking, reading, writing, vocabulary, and grammar. For vocabulary, it will be very important you start learning these specific topics: basic phrases, spring, personal introductions, numbers and dates, everyday vocabulary, pronunciation, and phonetics. Regarding basic grammar structure, learn to conjugate verbs in the simple present tense, as it is the most commonly used tense. It is also very important to learn expressions of need and desire and emergency phrases. Now let's go to my favorite part of the video, my favorite English learning ideas. For vocabulary, I really recommend you to watch daily routines in English with subtitles. This will help you to have so much daily vocabulary. I also recommend searching on the internet for little children's stories. The stories used to have a very basic vocabulary. If you do not understand a word, write it down and then search the translation, and like this, you will be having a lot of new vocabulary. For grammar, I will recommend you to spend your first sessions on pronouns and verb conjugation of each pronoun, like I eat, we eat, they sleep. Then, when you are a little bit more advanced, start studying tenses and their conjugations, like I ate, I saw, I knew. When I was learning French, I loved to end my sessions by writing 10 sentences with the new vocabulary that I got that day. I really recommend you to do this too, as you will also practice your conjugation. Give it a try, and then check them out with a reliable translator. My favorite one is reversal, and this is not sponsored again. Let's go with writing. If you are like me and love journaling, I really recommend you to journal in English. It will challenge you every day to find the correct words to express yourself and search them if you do not know them. Believe me, you will learn so much with this. Now, if you have a friend that is learning English, make her or him your language learning partner and text only in English. For listening, watch kids' TV shows. They have a simple vocabulary and they used to be easy to understand. They are made for people that are learning a new language. That means kids learning their own native language. Finally, speaking was the part that I struggled with the most when I was learning French. I really recommend you to search the phonetic basics. Like this, you can consider them in your speaking. Also, search the most common pronunciation mistakes in beginners. There are so many YouTube videos about these topics, and that will be really helpful because you are probably making these mistakes. If you have the opportunity to practice with a native English speaker, do it, as long as it is safe. Okay guys, I really enjoyed recording this video. I really hope these tips help you in your English learning journey. If you found these tips useful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Adios!